sorry to end on a bit of a downer. We did the old 1-2 there. We ended on a bit of a quiet note because I'm actually sort of just under a week out of a pretty horrendous breakup, so I don't really want to talk about love and lust. So I skirted around the issue and sort of made it about a bit of a preamble to love and lust, but get there in the end. Anyway. Oh, and of course, Aurora, Veruca Salt, amazing song, was on the Tank Girl soundtrack. Jenny Valentich had a column in Tank Girl magazine, she just told me. I was fangirling so hard. It's like 1 degree of separation from Tank Girl right now. I'm pretty excited. Amazing. All right, here we go. So I was about age 13 when I started making mixtapes in earnest. And at age 13, romantic love, the kind reserved for boys that make your tummy flip and your knees wobble, was still a mirage, hovering just out of reach and as yet unexplored land. I had ideas about it, oh, a lot of ideas about it, and longing, how I longed for it. But I didn't yet know it. I hadn't tasted it, as Blondie would say, in the flesh. What I did know at that time was the platonic but incandescently intense love of a teenage girl for another teenage girl. My best friends were my everything. I was obsessed. Every day we were together, holding hands, swapping clothes, shit-stirring teachers, being naughty, making things, carving our teenage identities from childhood's putty. So joined at the hip, we were described as the sticky lollies, boiled sweets stuck inside a jar. You could never take just one. You wanted one, you got the whole lot. Every night on the phone, reviewing the day, sharing and comparing our thoughts and worries about that other kind of love, the one with the sex and the kissing in it. It was breathing down our necks, or mine at least, at 13. Insanely alluring, but completely terrifying at the same time. What was it? How did you unlock it? Who would you let unlock it? And would it compromise us or set us free? If we gave into it, would we become like those crazy chicks that we scoffed at school? Ugh, I really hoped not. We were too cool for that. We were tough. We were a little tribe of baby Amazons. Shaved heads, dreadlocks, ripped cords, pocket chains and petticoats. We lived and died by the film Tank Girl. I was in the country and didn't have much access to it. Really had to hit me over the head. Not subtle. And that's where I found that song, the pivotal Aurora. Veruca Salt were already a favourite of mine, but I'd never heard that track before. It was my first time. It appeared amongst the bevy of life-changing tracks on that record and struck a sweet, low chord in me. A chord that sounded, to me at that time, like sex and love and warm things. It became the soundtrack to my lava lamp-lit teenage fantasies. It smelled a little bit like marijuana. I decided it would be my wooing weapon. When I became confident enough and grown up enough to want to woo, I wooed with it, adding it as the last track to every mixtape I made for my crushes. And there were many tapes and crushes. Some were crushes by name and by nature. Ugh. Leaving me crippled in unrequitedness or unrequitedness. Emerging. Unrequition. That's it, something that I could do, just make one up. But some were amazing, reciprocated and exploratory. Aurora's smoky, sexy tone hung in the air at the end of my beckoning mixes. It's as though the song lyric, I had you in my grasp, but now where do you go? I see you up ahead, but I don't know if I can go as far as you go. Perfectly echoed my youthful trepidation in making first moves and in consummating actions, which I must say I still take some time to do. There's a sadness to this sexy, a forlorn and foregone conclusion, a premonition of the end at the beginning, something I still struggle with. Everything ends, and you know it at the start, and it hurts, but it's also a little bit beautiful. A deep inhalation, and a pause for thought before you exhale and ride that wave. Let go of the facade of teenage toughness, giving in to the weakness and the wonder of love. Let yourself be starstruck once again by the Aurora.